It is preferable to use the Russian corer to collect samples for lab analysis, as it has a closed chamber that recovers undisturbed deposits, but this corer is fragile and can only be used in soft sediments. Often the topsoil is much too stiff for the Russian corer to penetrate, and so a wide soil auger head must be used to make a hole through the surface deposits until softer waterlogged sediment is reached. It attaches to the handle just like the gouge corer. Rotate it clockwise and push down until the head fills with topsoil. Empty it using your hands or a knife, but be careful not to cut yourself. The dry topsoil may be 1/2 meter or even 1 meter thick, so making the hole can take some time. When you reach soft sediments, replace the auger with the Russian corer, which can be inserted down the hole to start sampling. It is a good idea to make 2 holes as close together as possible and core down them alternately. This avoids the problem of the point of the corer disturbing the sediment that is to be sampled at the next depth down. Make sure that you reach soft sediments before attempting to use the Russian corer. The Russian corer has a chamber 50 centimeters long, and it has a fin which keeps the corer steady when it is in the ground. Attach the Russian in the same way as you attached the gouge corer. Again, make sure that the connection is tightly screwed together. Damage may occur if it is not. It should be pushed down with the chamber closed and the flat side of the fin exposed, not like this, not the reverse side. Make sure it goes down vertically. Push the corer down the hole until you get to the required depth. You may need 2 people to use the Russian corer. The best way to be sure you are at the right depth is to measure from the base of the chamber, not the point of the corer, and make a mark with a felt tip pen on the metal rod the required distance you wish to core. Then when you push the corer down the hole, stop when the mark is level with the ground surface and you will be at the right depth. Rotate the corer clockwise 180 degrees. This will turn the chamber until it rests firmly against the fin, trapping sediment in the chamber. Do not turn it more than 180 degrees, this will break the corer. You can then pull the corer out of the ground and you can see that the chamber is closed. Clean the fin and the edge of the chamber so that you cannot contaminate the sampled sediment. Moss or grass from the ground surface will do. You then keep the corer steady and turn the fin to reveal the sampled sediment, which should be undisturbed and is a much better sample that can be taken with the gouge corer. Measure the depth of the sample relative to the ground surface using the mark that you made on the metal rod or to the top of the handle. If you can't work out the depth below ground that your sample came from, it is useless. You must now transfer the sample to a 50 centimetre length of plastic tubing which is rigid and will protect the sample during transport and storage. Write on the tubing the top and bottom depths of the sample and other relevant information, particularly the site name and your name. Place the plastic tubing over the sample on the fin of the corer. The hemisphere of sediment should fit neatly within the semicircular tubing. Be sure that the tubing is the right way around so that the top of the sample corresponds with the correct upper depth marked on the plastic. Then, pull the tubing containing the sediment off the fin. The sediment-filled tubing is then put into plastic sleeving This will protect the sample. And then seal the sample with masking tape. To stop the sediment from drying out. Place this completed sample well away from the hole while you continue coring, so that you don't accidentally stand on it and have to start again. To avoid contamination, clean this chamber of the corer thoroughly every time before you use it again. A bucket of water is very useful for this. When you continue to core and go deeper down the hole, attach extension rods one at a time and push the corer down to the right depth. This should be in 50 centimeter increments so you collect a continuous core. If you can't push the corer any further, give up before you injure yourself. Don't hang on the handle, you can bend the rods. Keep your sampled cores in a cool place until you can take them back to Durham.